Thanks so much for joining us on Morning Live Sport. Now, the Johannesburg Giants have officially advanced to the Elite 16 round of the Basketball Africa League. Each of the teams qualify through their performance in their domestic competition. 7 teams will qualify directly, while 5 others have to play in what is called the Road to BAL. The group stage is divided into 3 conferences, which are followed by playoffs to determine the champion. So, joining us in studio to chat about all of this as the head coach of the Johannesburg Giants, Mlungisi, Flosh and Ngwenya. We were chatting about this just as we were about to go on air, where I said perhaps it's slightly confusing for people that want to get into the sport and follow the sport. There's all these preliminary rounds, qualifications, all of that. Just share your thoughts on what we were talking about in terms of where the sport is in Africa and what we're trying to achieve globally as well. Flosh, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Stacey. So yeah, it's exciting times, and you know, the NBA and FIBA partnered to create the Basketball Africa League, which is one of the premier leagues in the continent. And as for us, in terms of South Africa in particular, it's really exciting times because, you know, basketball is back in the conversation again. You know, we're playing at the highest level again, and yeah, I mean, it gives an opportunity to a lot of kids, not only just here at home, but in the continent as well, to be seen globally as well. I mean, we have guys who played in the Basketball Africa League from the previous team that I coached, who are now in China and Spain and so forth and so on. So there's a great opportunity for players.
Let's take one step back and tell us about the road to the BAL, how it works. You guys have just come back from Lusaka in Zambia. You've qualified top of your group. Congratulations to you as well, because you won every single encounter. But why this process is important and the steps that I just outlined about where we're going to. I think Nairobi, Kenya is next up.
Yeah. So ultimately, for you to be able to participate, you have to win the club championships, South African club championships. So that is the first phase, where we know where the South African Club Championships have been organized, and once you win that, and then you get to Road to BAL, which we just finished now in Lusaka, and then from there is the Elite 16. So all that leads up to qualifying for BAL, essentially. So Elite 16 is in Kenya, Nairobi. I think top 3 there as well go through to Basketball Africa League, which is the initial league.
Wow, and I think this is, an important point, because they are planning to franchise. There's going to be 2 spots for South Africa, if I'm correct. Tell us a little bit more about that, because much of what you're doing, your academy to pro level, what you're going to be launching from the women's division next year is setting you up as the forerunners for that franchise spot.
100%. I mean, we basically want to be in the conversation as well. They are looking at Johannesburg, you know, amongst other cities around the continent. I mean, there's 12 sports that we want to start with. Exciting, but at the same time, a bit nerve-breaking because we don't know where we stand.
Yeah.
But you know, we just want to put ourselves in the best possible position when it comes around.
You've coached in Cape Town as well as now in Johannesburg, those 2 teams, the Cape Town Tigers. What lessons have you picked up along the way? What are you seeing between the different provinces and the growth of basketball in South Africa in particular?
Yeah, so, well, literally the differences are with the Cape Town Tigers, it was just one of those teams that were put together, and there was a big marketing around it. And, you know, Cape Town is Cape Town. It's, you know, it's a beautiful city, and, you know, but Johannesburg is different.
Yeah.
Johannesburg is different in the sense that everybody in the continent is here in Johannesburg. And,
True.
And you know, we get to interact with a lot of people from everywhere, even just outside of the continent. And so basketball is really huge in Johannesburg than what it is in Cape Town. And the pool and the talent level is much wider here in Johannesburg.
So I've only got just under 2 minutes with you, and I know we're heading to Nairobi, Kenya, and perhaps closer to the time we bring you back and we discuss, you know, what your preparations are there. It's the 18th to the 23rd of November. What I'm particularly interested in is your youth development and then your planning in terms of the women's team, given that we just saw the results coming out that viewership for the NBA was 1.5 million, but viewership for the WNBA was close to 1.3 million. We're getting to that equal pay, equal advertising revenue. All of that is happening for women's sport, and I'm sure that's a trend that you guys definitely want to make sure you capitalize on.
100%. So we are launching the Giants women team 2026 January, And obviously that's been informed by our development program that we run as Johannesburg Basketball Academy. And there's a lot of young girls who are part of that academy. So we really want to give them a pathway to senior basketball, but to sort of pro level as well. So we're excited about that. And there's a lot of talent in terms of ladies in the country. And so we're really keen to.
Will they be paid? Is it going to be a professional setting as well for those women? So they'll
100%.
come in as pro athletes and earn a salary and be supported that way as well?
100%.
That's amazing to hear. Then finally, before I let you go, your youth development, I like what you're doing in terms of the mentorship aspect. It's not just taking talented kids into your academy, it's the life skills development. What else are you doing to equip them, not just for their playing careers, but beyond their playing careers as well?
So we really do a bit more. We really place these kids, from different high schools around the country in terms of scholarships when they do well for us, and then other coaches come around and they want to, offer them scholarships, and then even overseas as well. Some of the kids have been looked at in terms of overseas. There's 1 or 2 kids that have left to go to the States to go play high school basketball. So we really just are an academy that is willing to give them up when it's time for them to actually leave.
You need to do that. Then they come back and they grow the sport as well. It takes a different mindset to do that as well. But I suppose as a coach, you know that the benefit of that for your athletes is that we develop international competition experience as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and chat to us in studio. Let's look at how we can preview Nairobi, Kenya, and the round of 16, Elite 16 as well. We're going to take a short break. We have been chatting to Mlungisi Flosh Ngwenya. He's the head coach of the Johannesburg Giants. They just came back from Zambia. They won all the games in their qualifying their road to the BAL Championships, which will take place. There's also the 2026 division encounter competition that they're planning for as well, and the franchise expansion there.